Alrighty guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. My name's Houston Kilby and you guys are on the Houston Kilby YouTube channel. Today's episode, we've got all kinds of stuff we're going to be working on the GTO. We're waiting on a lot of parts to come in, but we're going to hammer down, try to get some fabrication, try to get maintenance done, all kinds of stuff. So first things first, we're going to get the oil pump off the car. We're going to do some maintenance on that, and then we're going to start working on wheelie bars. So you guys sit back, hope y'all enjoy the episode, and it's time to hammer down and get some work done. Alright guys, so right now we're working on the GTO. We are working on the oil pump, waiting on the seal to come in for that, to fix that, and the new manifold and stuff as well on that deal. We'll get into that here in a little bit of what the issue is with that. I think we got it figured out. Talking to Moroso, and I believe a return manifold is what our issue is, and we'll get into that here in a minute. Alright, so first things first, I don't think I've ever had our Peterson tank taken apart before. This is our oil tank that's on the car, and this thing is like wicked cool, so I thought I'd just show it to you guys. Check out this thing out. So it all comes apart. All right, so there's the inside, what the baffles look like. Thought that thing was pretty cool. Set it over here, and then this is what the bottom of it looks like down there. Ain't that cool? I thought that was a pretty wicked piece. Thought you guys might enjoy some of the artwork there, and that's some fabrication for you right there. That's some nice pieces. But anyways, that's the Peterson oil sump tank right there. All right guys, the problem we've been having with the oil pump, I think we finally have this figured out. Okay, we're blowing out front seals. That's that black thing right in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, there you go. That shouldn't be in there. It should be back in here. Why is that happening? Got off the phone with Moroso, okay? Talked to them and sent pictures of them, the pump, how we've got it plumbed up, everything. I labeled everything for them of what each line went to, all that stuff, to figure out where is our problem. So we found it pretty quickly. All right, Moroso has on their website and on Google Images to be able to find a diagram of how to hook up a 4-stage pump, okay? Their diagram showed, and everyone else's I could find, showed having one scavenge going back to your oil tank, okay? Well, the problem with this is, in this particular pump, this is one of their first gen pumps, all this one, and this one scavenge back to the tank, okay, or supposed to. I thought, and I understood it, that there was oil galleys in here where all of these, you could just plumb into any one of them and it'd scavenge everything back to the tank, okay? Well, the problem is in these first gen pumps, evidently the oil galleys that connect all these together are not big enough to do that. Their new pumps that they have will do that. So you only have to have one line going back. So you got two options to fix this. Either run 1, 2, 3 AN lines back to the oil tank, or they do have, a lot of people used to do this and still do, you can build you a manifold where this one connect together, and then you have one line that goes back. And that's what we're going to do. I think that'll be our cheapest and quickest method. I think I found us a manifold on eBay that we can use, and if not, we can cut it apart and use it. But I'm hoping it'll be a direct bolt-up deal. But anyways, guys, I think that's where our problem has been for a long time now, and I just didn't realize what was going on. So if this makes sense, the pump is overpressuring itself, and it can't return enough oil back to the tank. So that's why it's pushing out these seals. Took the pump apart, it still looks fine and all that stuff. It's just overpressuring itself in there, and it's pushing out the seals or wherever it can. So I believe we got this problem under control now. I definitely appreciate everyone's comments on Facebook, YouTube. I believe there's a lot of people on Facebook that actually figured out this problem and felt like it was an overpressuring problem inside the pump, and you guys are correct. I just didn't know how to fix that problem, but we do now. So anyways, guys, we'll get back after it on the car. I just thought you guys might enjoy that technical information about the problems that we've been having with this pump.
Good Lord, man, what are you doing?
Man, using some of this race oil, get my beard all straightened out. It's all messed up on me today.
I understand. We always do this, but guess what? You're the one that told me about this new sponsor that just come on board.
Stiffy's Beard Shop.
Exactly, man. Come on now.
What am I doing?
I had some on standby, and check this out, guys. Some real Johnson City special. You're going to have to get this on, dude. I'm telling you.
Heck yeah, man. I'll do that. I'll get some of that ladies' man oil on there, and I'll be in good shape.
You dang right, man. We'll pick a whole 10 mile an hour on the big end, dude. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, guys. We're looking good now. Big shout out to Stiffy's Beard Shop. Alrighty guys, we're back at it here on chopping out these pieces for the wheelie bars, and we're going to hammer down here. There's like a ton of these pieces we got to cut out, and then once we get them all cut out, we'll deburr all these bad boys. Alrighty guys, got a little trick for y'all today on a really annoying little job you got to do. So I've got to make a bunch of these collars right here. Okay, you guys just saw me chop a bunch of those out. The problem is it puts a pretty bad burr on these, okay? And trying to hand file these is really hard to do. So what you can do, okay, you can take one of these drum sanders like that, all right? And you can take care of two birds with one stone. So put you a glove on, a little trick for y'all today. So you can take you a drum sander, you can get the inside like that and get the burrs out of it. And then the other cool part is you can stick it on there, turn this dude around like this, put it out there on the end, take you a file, and now you can get the burrs off on the edges, on the top. And now check out this really nice deburred piece that won't cut your fingers all to pieces. I had 16 of these I had to do, and I was able to get them knocked out pretty dang fast. So neat trick of the day. Same thing with these other sleeves. You can do the same stuff with them. If you want to stick it on there, you can do it. Or the main thing on these, they're big enough you can actually, you know, take the grinder to them because you can hold them, but it's the inside that's the problem. So I suggest investing in some drum sanders, all different sizes. Normally when I'm at swap meets, I pick these up because that's the cheapest place to find them, and I always try to find different sizes because they work great for deburring. Like this one right here, it's perfect for just bam, knocking out that inside burr, and it makes a really, really nice clean deburr there. So super fast and works good. So time is money, and we got to get to racing soon, so we got to get this job knocked out. Alright guys, so the next section here. So what you guys have seen us do here is a lot of prep work. You've seen us clean these collars up and these slip joints that's going to be going on, or slip joint, just a slip tube. I'll show you guys how that's going to work here in a second. But you got to get a lot of stuff prepped up anytime you're going to do a job or wheelie bars or anything like that. And so what I try to do is try to make up all my pieces and all my little stuff I need to have done, so that way when you start building it, you can just hammer down. Okay, so the next little section here, we've got this jigged up here with some all thread. All thread for fabrication guys, it's really, really important to have in your shop. I've got all kinds of different sizes for all of our different heim joints. It's really, really important to have. So this way I can get this all squared up for the dimensions that we want this to be at back here at the back. So whatever the dimensions of your wheelie bars are up there at the housing, that's what it needs to be back here at the back for a dual wheel wheelie bar. Okay, so that's how that's looking right there. And again, I'm not final welding anything up yet until we completely have everything on the wheelie bars, so we can double check to make sure everything's going to work. This is the first time that I've put wheelie bars on this car. So we don't know what kind of nightmares that we're gonna get into. Alrighty guys, so we're up underneath the car right now, and boy, these under the hood lights from Harbor Freight are killer. You can clamp them on your hood. I'll move this blanket so you guys can see the clamps. See that clamp, how it works there? It's a spring-loaded deal. Same thing on this side. You can rotate them, all kinds of stuff, and then you can set them on the ground too. So very good investment. I suggest get one. All right, so we're underneath here. Went ahead and throwed some bars up here just to see what some things would look like. Again, we put all thread in right here for our bottom brackets. We put all thread in for our top brackets. Those up there are really, really hard to do because the housing runs at an angle. We had to cut the brackets at an angle. Also, if you can see them, yeah, you can kind of see how all that runs at an angle. Boy, that was really tough. But we'll zoom back here. You can see we kind of got this thing coming together here. All right, so now here's where the hard part is. All right, this distance from here to here, and also the distance from the top of the housing up into the rear tree up in there. Okay, so that's the top of the sheet metal. You got to be careful with these distances here. So what we're doing is, now that we got all this stuff mocked up, we'll actually, in the next episode, we'll set the car down on the ground and we'll get the ride height and stuff set up. We'll get these wheelie bars mocked up and stuff so we know where everything's laying out at. Because if you don't set this up at ride height, what ends up happening is the top of your wheelie bars will hit the top of the rear tree, or it will hit the rear of the bumper or the rear of the car. So you got to be careful here when you're putting these things together. So yeah, man, it's coming along and we'll keep on moving here. All right, so an example of these little slip tubes here, what's going to end up happening here. All right, the nice thing about chrome moly is you can get sizes where they literally slip over each other, and it's really, really nice. All right, so what we got to do is this top bar, all right, this one here, it has to be able to adjust, okay? So when we go to put our reinforcements in, meaning when this bar has got to reinforce into this bar, I'll put an example picture up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This one still has to spin. If it don't spin, then we're in trouble. All right, so that's where these little collars come into play. We'll actually weld these dudes on. We'll put some good little beads on there, and then put some beads on this one out here. That way the center will still spin, okay? That will allow this tube to spin here, and the braces still stay in place. So that's what's going on with that. You guys been to the Jonesborough Armory yet? Well, I have. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and took the pump off. We got the pump off of the car. You guys seen that we maintenance the tank here. It turned out really good. It's really cool how that thing looks on the inside of it. We went ahead and drained the motor of oil, drained the tank of oil, drained this pump of oil, and now we're waiting on that manifold to come in. I apologize for this episode. There's just not many cool things going on, but it just is what it is. So next episode, you guys will get to see us put the manifold on this, and also I'm gonna do a detailed video on putting the wheelie bars in this thing. So you guys stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. So yeah, check it out right there. You can kind of see some extension ladders being put in the back of the car back here. So yeah, guys, we're coming right along. Thank y'all for watching. Big shout out to our sponsors, Jonesborough Armory and Stiffy's Beard Shop. Can't thank those guys enough. We're going to keep, I've actually got some applications sent out for some other sponsors to jump on board too. So you guys wish us luck on that. But yeah, guys, we got a lot of cool stuff going on. And as soon as parts get here, our next episode should be pretty action-packed. We'll get this thing put back together. We'll get everything plumbed back up on here. And we'll be working hard on the wheelie bars. After that, we'll be putting the window net in. As soon as the wheelie bars are done, we'll be putting the wing on back here at the back. So yeah, guys, a lot of cool stuff. Hannah, give a wave to everybody. I think she's a little tired today.
Just a little bit.
A little tired. Well, we'll show everybody the little munchkin real quick. Let's see her. Well, guys, there she is. She's passed out, getting some shop time in, and her video out, and then there's the other munchkin right over there. She's tired too. All right, guys, that's it. Apologize, wasn't more in this episode, but that's what's going on. Oh, I can't forget, we do have some cool seats that just came in for the bus. There you guys go. Some new captain seats for that thing. I found these on Facebook Marketplace. We got 2 of these bad boys. So we got one for the driver and one for the passenger seat. And check that out. Oh yeah, armrest in business now. So got all kinds of stuff going on. Appreciate you. See y'all on the next one. Should be a lot of cool stuff going on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to go over to KillMotorsports.com where we've got all kinds of merch over there and all kinds of high-performance products as well. And definitely a big shout out to our sponsors and partners. Till next time, you guys have a good one.